If you're like me, you could look at photos of pretty kitchen pantries all day long. There's something so satisfying about the order and symmetry of it all. I'm Amy Iverson filling in for Brooke today, and pantry perfection is not my goal, but efficiency is. And so I'm here with professional organizer Lori Schlegel. And you know, every pantry can just be more organized, and you have a few small takeaways for us today. And having a good pantry and an organized pantry is really helpful for us, isn't it?
You know, it is, just because we're in and out of that space so often, right? All day long, kids are in and out, you're in and out. So the more you can set up a system and keep it efficient, it really does save time.
Okay, so you've gone out, you've got some really awesome photos for us of some really picture-perfect pantries, but you have some little things that we can do with each of these, right?
Yeah, so to not get overwhelmed by thinking, oh, my pantry will never look like that, you can kind of stair-step your way there with a few of these different items or ideas and just bring your pantry along to the level that feels good to you.
Great. Okay, let's start with your first one.
Okay. So the first the first takeaway from this pantry are the clear containers there. You can see those. I think they're called OXO containers. The concept here is to get rid of the packaging, because when you look into a pantry and there's so many different colors and labels and sizes and all these different things coming at you, it's almost overwhelming for your brain to make sense of, like, what do we actually have going on in here, right? So as you can see there, that row of those containers, where you just unpackage them, and then, you know, just like we have here.
We have some right here.
Exactly. You dump the contents in, you know, and then it just helps your pantry look more uniform. It also helps you maximize your space a little bit better, right? Because you can control the size. So with this, we're using the vertical space rather than the box that, you know, or if you get a big thing, you know, at Costco or something like that, you can empty enough in there and then store that huge box away
somewhere else
if you don't have a big pantry. Yeah.
Okay, I know, because that's my thing. I'm like, well, my goldfish come this big, so I'd have to get them somewhere else. And then labeling, I'm guessing, on these, because if you have, you know, flour and baking soda, you need to know what they are.
Yeah, you just kind of decide some things you're going to want to label exactly, like sugar and flour. You don't want to get those mixed up. So it's a good idea to label. If it's different snacks that you're rotating in and out and not keeping the same snack in there every time, it's pretty easy to see that's goldfish. So you just kind of make the call, what feels good to you on what to label.
I love the look of that. I love the look of that. But I also like these. So you've got decorative bins.
Yeah, so decorative bins are actually pretty popular to use in a pantry. It just creates that decorative element. It's more calming, more uniform. Again, it hides some of that packaging, so that, again, it just looks more aesthetically pleasing to the eye and adds kind of a fun element to your space. So I brought 3 with me today that are some of my favorites that I use in a lot of pantries. This one here in the front is a really great, because it actually is plastic.
Okay, so it's not going to break as easy.
It's durable, easy to wipe out. I love the white and, you know, what that adds to a pantry. Makes it look more clean. This basket here is great for, like, fruits and vegetables. Breads, I'll use those a lot for that. It's so cute. You could even put it out on your counter if you want. So
okay, and is there what are these called?
So these are all from the Container Store, all of them. I'm trying to remember the exact name of that one off the top of my head.
I know we have the woven storage bin, which I think might be this one, the Hampton woven.
Yes, the Hampton is this front one, and then
a Yamazaki Tosca basket.
I think that's this one. And then this one has water in the title, is that right?
And we can find them all at the Container Store.
Again, all at the Container Store. They're super helpful there, so just walk in, tell them what you're looking for, they'll help you find it.
Now, these are a different kind of clear bin I haven't seen as much.
Yeah, so these are fantastic. And maybe let's jump to the picture of the pantry with the clear bins in it, so we can kind of show that there are different elements or different sizes of the clear bins that you can use. And really helpful, because what it does is it helps you categorize and zone your pantry. So again, when you open up, your brain's trying to make sense of what's going on in here. If you have those established categories and zones, really helpful to maintain a good flow in your pantry.
Well, and I love that picture, because they were more like baking, or they were categories more than specific items.
Yes, yeah, and you just kind of do it according to your preferences, how often you use things or group things together, like baking. These are some of my favorites, like you were pointing out. They're called the multi-purpose bin. You can get them at the Container Store. And I love that they come in these different sizes. So I've had clients just do their whole pantry in these bins because they're more affordable, super practical, functional, durable. And one of the best parts is how tall they are. So you can pull this out and not have like your tall items topple out of it.
Yes, and I love the little handles on there.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your next photo?
Okay, so the next takeaway from this amazing pantry are the can stackers. So can stackers are great because they not only help you see what's in the back, you know, you can actually see what cans you have, but they also serve as kind of a clutter control for you. So you only want to keep as many as you can have there, and then if you have more cans than that, you can keep them in a storage room. But it serves as kind of a way to keep things orderly, neat, tidy, kind of lined up. Again, it creates that aesthetically pleasing look for you.
And some people don't have a huge pantry, but you could still use some of these concepts if you just had cupboards or a closet.
Absolutely. I live in an older home and don't have a pantry, but I use like the clear bins a ton just because I can then, you know, maximize the space and reach to the back of my cupboard by using those.
Yeah, and I can see how these would be great. And I love your next item too.
This is so fun. I love this Lazy Susan that is by Inner Design. You can find it on Amazon, at the Container Store. It's great for corner space. Can you see there how they use it in the corner?
Sometimes that just goes to waste.
Totally, and you can't reach what's back there or it spoils because you don't know that you've left something back there. So again, it's surprising how much you can actually fit in these little turntables here because they have the sides and then they're divided here. You can get some without the dividers if you prefer that. But again, you can just pack it full of all sorts of snacks and easily turn it around and grab what you need.
I can't wait to get going. I feel like I need to do mine again, even though I did it a year ago. Now you're doing a webinar coming up. I think our listeners and our viewers would just love that. How do we get involved in that?
Yeah, so go over to my website. It's organizinghabits.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at organizinghabits. And I'm doing a free pantry webinar where I walk you step by step through the 6 steps of how to transform your pantry.
All right, thank you so much, Lori. I love this. I'm going to get going on this.